Hey guys, we're gonna be talking about Wormhusk Crown today, and this is like our prime candidate for rework because this is like one of the why is my hunter standing like a warlock? Whatever. This is a prime candidate for my wish list of things that need to be reworked or just buffed. This stop doing that anyway. Uh, this exotic, like if you're a veteran player, you'll remember that this used to be the best exotic in the game, like in PvP, not the game, but in PvP. We'll read what the perk does, right? Dodging gives a small health and shield bump, right? Okay, so I'm gonna go absolute here, and then I'm gonna dodge. It doesn't even give you shield. I was still critical, so I can't even like make the Ferropotent perk work because it only counts your health regen, right? And I didn't regen or shield regen. I didn't regen shield. So Ferropotent doesn't even work with this. Here's a kicker. You wouldn't use this in PvE either because check this out. See that orb? You get more health from the orb. This entire exotic is a joke compared to what it used to be. It used to be when it came out in Trials of the Nine. That's how old it is. Trials of the Nine or in comp. You would just see two teams of 3 hunters, all Arc Striders running Wormhusk Crown. That was everybody's build. Everyone had the same loadout when this thing was in the Crucible, and it was a menace. And mind you, Stompies had just gotten buffed, but it didn't matter. That's how good this thing was. But then Bungie realized, hey, giving people their entire like health regen on a dodge for no like they don't have to work to get it, they just have to have a dodge, is stupid. So Bungie nerfed the hell out of Wormhusk Crown. And now, by the way, this thing's actually very ugly. This is what it looks like without the ornament. You need this ornament to make this thing look good. But now, this is essentially a dead exotic. I haven't seen anyone that's actually good at the game use it outside of like super niche situations in like solo challenges. But I think the last time I saw someone use this in trials was like 8 months ago. And the guy was terrible, so I'm not gonna judge him. He probably just thought it looked neat. But this exotic needs a rework, and I want to rework it for PvE, not PvP. It'll get reworked for PvP, but I want to focus it so that it is a PvE first exotic that just happens to be good in PvP. So it's A tier in PvE, and then in PvP, at least B tier. Could be A, but that's where we're going to get into what I want to do to it. All right. So the perk on this thing is called Burning Souls, right? It has nothing to do with Burning Souls. I don't know why it's called this. You don't burn any souls. You just dodge. It has nothing to do with souls. I don't know why they call it that. There's exotics that are actually from this expansion. All of these exotics, Worm God's Caress is a part of this, are based off of the Worm God Zol. Like these are supposed to be like pieces of Zol that you're wearing on your face or on your arms if you're a Titan. And the Titan gauntlets, Worm God Caress, the perk is actually called Burning Fists. And I'll show what I want to do. And I'll use Worm God Caress as an example. So what I want to do is when I get kills, I build up a stat or a stack bar. Like there'll be a bar on the bottom left hand of the side of the screen. And as you get kills, you're building up stacks. And then when you dodge, you burn the souls that you've collected. And depending on how many stacks you have, you'll burn all of them when you dodge, but it'll give you more and more health. And the idea is that you can dodge offhand, right? Like you can just dodge straight up and you'll get some health, and it'll be equivalent to the pissant amount of health that you got when you saw that I didn't even get my shield back. And I want to change that to cure. So it'd be cure times 2, right? So it's like 70 health in PvP. And then if you get a kill, right? Or if you get 1 stack, it'll be cure times 3. And then if you get 2 stacks, you can make it cure times 3. And that also applies to allies. And then if you get 4 stacks, you get cure times 3 and restoration. That applies to your allies that have to be close by too. Like I'm talking, you know, from like this far. Like they have to be that close. You dodge, they get resto ×1 and cure ×3. And then if you get max stacks and then you dodge, you get restoration ×2 and cure ×3, and that applies to your nearby allies. Why would that be good in PvE? Hunters do not have access to restoration ×2. They don't. The only way for hunters to get restoration ×2 is Red Death. You have to use Red Death. Warlocks have access to it just based off their solar kit. Titans have access to it with strongholds. Why am I getting attention? Really? Anyway. So I want to give hunters access to restoration ×2. In PvE, it'll be easy because there's plenty of ads. You know, I can kill all these guys, right? Just kill a bunch of enemies, build up stacks real quick, and then I can dodge next to my teammates. Boom. Now we all have restoration ×2. And if I'm on solar and I use was it Ember of Empyrean, or is that what it is? What the hell is it? Yeah, Ember of Empyrean. I can keep up that restoration ×2. I don't have to use solar to keep that up, mind you. As long as I have a dodge and I just get enough kills, I'll have access to restoration ×2 for me and my team, right? And then in PvP, you're just building up stacks when you're getting kills, and maybe they can make it in PvP so like assists give you 1 stack and then a full kill gives you 2 stacks, right? It wouldn't be broken in trials because you have to get a kill first. You know what I mean? If I don't get a kill, all I'm getting is cure ×2, and as we demonstrated, look how ass that is. I'm gonna do it again. It's so bad. It's just so bad. That really, is that really going to change the outcome of a gunfight? If it does, then the guy that you're fighting against sucks. I'm sorry. Also, we have things like Scorch now, which just chew through your health anyway. So even if you dodge, you'd still have Scorch on you or whatever debuff is on you. So I'm going to jump over to the Titan and I'll show you essentially what I'm thinking. All right, we're on Titan now. We get some ads. And again, it's called Burning Fists, right? So the other one for Worm God is Burning Fist. Wormhusk is Burning Souls, right? So get a melee kill. Now I got Burning Fists, and it's 1 stack. Now I go over there, punch this guy, now it's 2 stacks. 3 stacks. You get the idea. Now, the difference would be that it doesn't have to be melee kills. It could just be any kill, and it'll charge the bar up, right? And it also does not decay. As you can see, Burning Fist is decaying because I'm not continuing to get kills, but if I do, it'll buff right back up. But with Wormhusk, if I used my class ability, imagine this was a dodge, all of the stacks would get consumed, right? So I would lose Burning Fist, but I would get the benefits. Or Burning Souls, sorry. I would lose the benefit. I would lose all the stacks of Burning Souls, but I'd get whatever the benefit would be from having that amount charged. I hope that made sense. Jesus Christ. It was a mouthful. But you get it. This would make this Wormhusk crown amazing in PvE, and it would make it just better in PvP. That'll do it for the video. I'll have more coming because, you know, I got a lot of ideas. All right. I appreciate you guys' time. Have a good one.